Hello, welcome to A Day Full of Budgets. Welcome if you're new and hello if you're returning. I hope you're all okay. Today's video is not actually going to be any cash stuffing or anything like that. I've had a bit of a change up in some of my binders, so I thought instead of doing this in with my next video, which is my check-in, I'd do a quick separate one, so then you know why everything looks different. It's not massively different, but it's a bit different. So I have got some new dashboards, some new trackers, some new placeholders that my son's made to show you. I've had some Happy Mail come in, and then we're also going to look at the interest that my digital money has earned and colour in my £1,000 penny challenge, which is my emergency fund. So let's get started. We'll start with my spendy. Let's start here. So not too different in here. So the dashboards have all stayed the same in this one, except what have I done in this one? I have added my self-care. So there's a few categories that are missing from my digital pots, and this is one of them. So I've put this in. And actually my son's made these dashboards a little bit wider, so they actually fit a lot nicer now. And then I've brought kids in. So this used to be pocket money, but I've actually realised that I use this for more than just their pocket money. So I've had to buy, like books that they're in, or school pictures that they're in, and just kind of other things that come with children. You know, my oldest has applied for his provisional driving licence, so I've paid half towards that, and there's no other category for it really to come from. So kids was pocket money and is now in here. So I think that's the only change in here. So I've just added two more categories. So I've added my self-care and I've added kids. I still do have bus passes and school food, but I've run out of envelopes, so they'll have to wait. They're not, that very interesting categories, so I don't mind leaving them out for now. And then we'll have a look at this one. So tech has stayed the same, vacation has stayed the same, debt stayed the same, 100 envelopes stayed the same. Changed. So my son has been making some new, I'll get to them in a second actually, because he hasn't done this one yet. So he will be making a new tracker for this one. But in Home Fund, I've got this beautiful tracker from Grounded Budgets. Which it says Home Fund, but actually it's going to be like my annuals. It's basically the heartbeat of the house is kind of how I've interpreted it. They're all the things that keep the house running. So you've got the insurances, all the wood for the fire, all the subscriptions for the house. There's loads of things that come into here. So this should save us £1,600, and ideally I'd like to get there, but I think it will just be kind of a rolling add in, take out, add in, take out. So I'm going to take this tracker out, which is from Budget Glow, and I'll find a new purpose for this one. But because the amounts were all different on here, it was just quite difficult to take in and add. It was just, it complicated me. Not complicated me, it confused me, that's the right word. It confused me with all the different numbers. So I'm just going to take that out, and then I'm going to put in this Home Fund from Grounded Budgets, which is large. So that's that one. And then these are what my son's made. So he's made two. Actually, I'll show you. So what I had originally bought was this from Grounded Budgets. For a car maintenance fund, but then my son came and he was like, oh Mum, I've made these, so I'm kind of going to use these for now, but I really want to use this one, so I probably will switch them out but for now I'm going to use these that my son's made. Now these are just like first edition versions, because there's a few adjustments that I've said that he probably needs to make. But I think that's pretty good for sort of some of his first attempts. So this car maintenance will save £1,000, which will replace this. As much as this was good, and it was, you know, each one was £10, it's just not enough for what we need for the electric car. Like the assurance alone is just ridiculous. It's more than £500. You know, and then if there's anything that we need to do for it, like there's no real buffer on that one. So I'm replacing that with this that he's made, because they're quite small as well, so I think they could probably do with being made a little bit bigger. And then he's also done one for the VW, so I've written VW in there instead of Golf, just in case that confuses people. And again, this only saves £400, but because each one was 20, I was like, oh, that's really good, because I can track that easier. So he's made one that is, each car is £20, and this saves £800, which is a better amount for that car. Really excuse my really bad cutting skills. I've ordered a guillotine, paper trimmer, whatever you want to call them. So hopefully that should arrive soon. So we have 2 car maintenance funds. So we've got that one, and then the electric car maintenance fund, and then he's done a selection of save certain amounts. So this one is 2,000, which is going to replace this 52-week tracker that I had. Just because I want to try and just do one tracker so I know where I am. And this only saved 1,000, so I need 2. I think we'd possibly need to play around with the denominations, but he's used 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70, obviously with the idea of condensing. Now I only put £20 in at a time for this, but I guess I'll just have to condense it. So that's that one. It's going to go in there. Again, they could probably do with being a little bit bigger, having maybe bigger circles, but again, he's going to play around. And so this is his £1,000 one. I think we've had a couple of versions of this one with different amounts on. He had some 5s on it, which I told him to take off. So this is the next version. So this is an annual £1,000. So this I'm using for my work, which will replace this. Again, this is good, but it's just got lots of different denominations. Well, I suppose this one has as well, but we'll see. He made it, so I'm going to use it. It's keeping him very busy in the summer holidays. So that's the £1,000 one. Again, I think this could probably be quite a bit taller with maybe another row or 2 of numbers. Let me know what you think. And then he has made, because I've got no more changes in that, so he has made a 750 challenge, and he's made a 500 challenge. So these will go in somewhere at some point. And then he's going to make a 251 I've asked for. So the only one that I've asked for was one for here, which was just a £5 to save 250 for glasses. But I've had lots of other ones, which is great. So these are just another 2 that he's made, which is lovely. So I think that's all for this binder. And then in here, we've obviously got my challenges, but I ordered myself a self-care. So I know I have my self-care money, but that's just kind of if I want to go for lunch, or, you know, I need to get my eyebrows done or something like that. Whereas this is completely separate. I'm going to use it as a challenge, and each one's going to be £2.50. I'm going to save £60, and this is so I can go and get a nice massage or a facial, or just go and have a treatment done, because I never have anything like that done. And so I got this in the hope that at least once a year I can fill this, and treat myself. So again, that's from Grounded Budgets. I couldn't resist that one. It was just too pretty. And I just love the hands and the hearts, and I'm a heart kind of girl. So all of these would be hearts if it was me, but I'm not making them, so that's why they're not. And then we've got another couple of dashboards. So we've got a special occasions, which had the £150 in for my parents' birthdays. But because within one pot I have parents' birthdays, siblings' birthdays, kids' birthdays, husbands' birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know, friends' birthdays, Christmas, all of those things kind of all come into one pot of money. And I want to try and separate them a bit in here. So I'm using a special occasion, so I don't have to keep changing it. So at the moment, it's my parents and my mother-in-law's birthdays that we're saving for in here. But when it comes to next year, you know, it'll be if we want to go out for Valentine's or for Mother's Day and Father's Day, my husband's birthday, all of those things that come in whatever order will come into the special occasions envelope. Oh, this is in the wrong order. Christmas obviously hasn't changed. And then we've just put a birthdays dashboard in for, so this is going to be my children's birthdays. I've got 3 children. So, and they are quite spread out. And then we don't normally spend £400 on a child's birthday. So I think we might get another tracker, because I don't really want to be any more than 300, but that would have to be £7.50, and it got confusing, so I've just stuck it at 4, and then the rest goes into Christmas. So they're all the changes in my binders, so they're nice new dashboards. And then my son has made, move these out of the way, some more placeholders for me. And they are pink and blue, my 2 favourite colours. They are smaller than my previous ones, because these are quite big to get into. So he just hand wrote these numbers, so this is his handwriting, but he's used a font. So you can see that they are a bit smaller. And I've also ordered one of those little curvy things, because I struggle with these points. Does anybody else? They like stab my fingers all the time. So I've ordered one of those so we can curve them, and then we can have a little bit more of like a kind of an edge on them. But they're so pretty. So he has made lots and lots of different, so we've got 5, 10, 20, 50. So we've got lots and lots of different numbers. So yes, we've got 5s, 10s, 20, and we've got 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, and so on. You can see he's gone way into the thousands there. So I think ideally what he would quite like to do is to eventually sell all of these things that he's been making. You know, obviously he's 14 and he doesn't do any of this, so he's just kind of gone on things that I've told him. He's tried to do a little bit of research. So yeah, if you're interested in any of this stuff, obviously it will be quite cheap because the quality is not great at the moment. Then just drop me a message on Instagram, a day full of budgets. But yeah, so that's what he's been up to, and that's what he's been making. So I'm so proud of him that he's actually done all of this. You know, he's done it all in his own time. So yeah, so that's really exciting. So that's that. I was going to try and keep this short, but it's not in my usual style. And just one other thing I was going to do today is just looking at the amount of interest that I have earned in our bank pots. Let's see if I can zoom in. I'm always rubbish at this bit. Is that him? Okay. Hopefully you can see that. So I won't go down all of the numbers, but essentially we get interest in all of our Chase accounts, and then we've got a couple of other banks. So I've got a Monzo, which has got my so it's got holiday money, drip feed money, and then I can't remember what else is in there. So that's generally gets the highest amount. So that was £23.92 this month, lower than the last few months. And then I use Chase for all of my spending, and you get 1% cash back for the first year. So we got £12.98 in cash back. So in total, for July, we had £50.45 in interest by keeping most of our money in the bank. Obviously, this is going to go down as we start spending our holiday money and all of those things. So, but potentially, you know, you're looking at between sort of £500 and £600 a year for not doing anything. So yeah, that's what I tend to do. But what I am going to do, so all of the Chase money that came in, which I should have a total somewhere and I don't know what that is. So in all of those money and the cash back, it was £26.10. So it's about £13 each. So £13 in interest, £13 in cash back. And then what I do is I add it to my emergency fund. So this is my 1,000 emergency fund penny savings challenge. And I'm just gonna, because this isn't up to date, I need to colour, if I can find the right pen. Oh God, wasn't prepared. Where are you, pink? Here we go. Sorry about that. So I need to colour, and now I need a calculator. Oh man, here we go. So I need to colour in £26 and 10p from here. So let's go. So 26 and 10, hopefully this doesn't go all wrong. So we're going to take off 366. We're going to take off 365. So now I'm at the point where most people start, and there's already like £360 or something in here. And when I add this on, there'll be 380. So that's quite a bit extra, isn't it? So take off, because this goes up to £4.46. So we'll take off 364, 363, 362, 361, 360. I don't think I'll have enough for another one. 69. So let's just mark that off there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 69. 8. Oh, there, 8 boxes. So if I get all of this done when I do my next video, which is my check-in for, gosh, week 1 of August, where has that week gone? Everything will be in the right place with the right trackers, the right colouring, and all of those things. And then I know where I am and I don't get too confused. I do get quite easily confused. So yeah, so I hope you're all well and you've had a nice weekend, because it's now Sunday, and my husband is feeling well enough to cook. So he's currently cooking a Sunday dinner for me. Well, us. I've had a house full of children all weekend because my children have had children here. It's been quite hectic. First football match in the rain this morning. That was not fun. So yeah, it is all go. I hope you are having some relaxing time, because I intend to after this. So that's my tracker done. We're quite a few rows in. I have no idea if you could see all of that. I'm so sorry if you couldn't. So yeah, so we're quite a way in now on my tracker. So there's £380 in my emergency fund, which is brilliant, because I only put in £10 a week, and then I put all of the interest and cash back, and then I round up, round down all of the spending from the week, and it all goes in here, and it's really adding up. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And that's just run through, never mind, that's fine. So yeah, so that's me done for today. So we have my son's trackers that he's made that I've not coloured in, and then all of his lovely placeholders they're so pretty. I do love them. He's done a brilliant job on these ones. He's worked really hard to get them all in the right place, and I measure to make sure that they're all lined up because that's the type of person I am. So yeah, bless him. Anyway, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I push the right button. There we go. So you can see those. So let me know what you think of these. That's my update on my binders, and I will see you next time for a check-in for week 1 of August. Bye.